Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your January, well, mid-January into February love reading. I am Princess India. If you are new, if you are family, welcome back, my friend. So I had to switch things up a little bit for y'all, man, because Scorpio was Scorpio. So I don't know what format I'm about to follow, but I need to change some stuff up because this is interesting. There's a lot going on. So yeah, just vibe with me, Jim. Just vibe with me. So let me get 3 cards for Gemini, please, Spirit, for mid-January going into February, please, Spirit. 3 cards for Gemini. Hold your vision. Believe in the impossible. That's looking good. And surrender to the divine. Interesting. So this sounds to me like a need to release control, my sweet, precious Gemini. So it's whatever it is that you're hoping for in your heart of hearts. Believe that the impossible is possible and trust Spirit for the ultimate outcome to work in your favor. How that relates to your love life, I'm not sure. Maybe you're hoping for a relationship, or maybe you're hoping for new love, Gemini. God damn it, son of a gun. Okay. Fascinating. I'm loving your reading already, Gemini. Thank you for going easy on me. Y'all must feel in y'all spirit that I just finished Scorpio. Wow, okay. So, new love, attraction, and stay optimistic about your love life. So here's the thing. If you guys have kind of been stressing, I feel like if that's about a romantic partner, like for those of you who are hoping for a new romantic partner, or for those of you who are hoping for, well, I don't want to necessarily say a reconciliation, but I mean, I guess it could be. It's like believe the impossible is possible, but it's more or less releasing the situation to Spirit in so many words. So the main thing this would be saying to me is to ensure that you're focusing your attention. Okay, Spirit, but I'm just going with whatever you're saying here. All right. But I feel whatever you guys are hoping for, like whether it's, for a new romantic partner, or if it's, a resurrection of a past partnership or what have you, within reason, I wouldn't necessarily say for those of you who are hoping for a person who's, like a psychopath or anything to come back, hopefully we're not thinking things like that. But if it's those of you who are single and you're hoping for a new love, it's holding your vision. Believe that that's possible, but it's more or less leaving it to Spirit. So this kind of reminds me of, I said this in someone else's reading. I don't remember who it was at the moment. I can't remember. But I said something along the lines of, like, if there's a potential person, because I think I said something along the lines that there was someone, like, I think they got the card, like, what is it? Like, you've already met the partner that you seek type of deal. And in the event that you had, I was telling them to not be looking around like, is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Because I was like, that would take you off the path of what it is that you've manifested. I was like, just allow it to happen. So this is more or less like the same thing I'm seeing for y'all. It's releasing control, because I feel with this attraction card, I look at this like the Empress card. It's more or less you focusing on yourself, you nurturing yourself, you focusing on your money, you focusing on your career, and that's whether you're male or female. That's what has inadvertently drawn in what it is that is right for you. But if you stop focusing on you, that inadvertently takes you off the path that you were on that manifested this in the first place. So even if you don't see it, it's like continuing to focus on yourself and to trust in Spirit, to stay focusing on the positive of the situation. You know what I mean? And moving forward, But I say the same for those of you who have met someone already, whether you're hoping for someone, you're hoping for, the resurgence of something, or those of you who are just newly dating someone. It's like, don't get caught up in the okie doke. It's like, keep focusing on what you were focusing on. Like, don't make this person your number one priority. Continue to make yourself your number one priority and trust that everything is going to unfold naturally. You know what I mean? So don't allow, defensiveness or pessimism or any of that to jump in. We have get to know each other. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. So yeah, for me, Gemini, this really sounds like y'all might be between this month and next month meeting somebody new. But the key is, which is like your challenge, so to speak, is more or less to balance it out. It's like taking all the lessons that you've learned in your love life up to this point and putting them into practical application, in so many words. So you meet someone new, it's getting to know this person slowly while still balancing keeping yourself the main priority. So what that kind of suggests to me for that to be coming up is that in the past, you probably have a habit of sorry, thought I heard stuff and I was like, wait a minute. My kid's not supposed to be up right now, but that's the TV. I got a little spooked out. I was like, what's happening? Sorry, Gemini. But anyway, but what this would say to me is that in the past, you guys may have had a habit of like putting yourself on the back burner. Like say when you are starting to date somebody or you're in relationships, it's putting yourself on the back burner, and it's like all the stuff that you were doing before you met the person, it's like all of that goes to the wayside because this person becomes the center of your life. So what this is saying to me, that the challenge for you guys this time around, I don't know why this weirding me out. But the vibe that I get is that this time around, the challenge is to keep yourself the main priority and allow this person to be secondary until they earn their way, not to replace you, but I mean, earn their way to be not the center of your life either, but I mean, to hold more time in your life. You know what I mean? But the key I'm really feeling for Geminis, the end of January going into February, is it's all about balance to me. It's like it's balancing making yourself a priority, taking time with this person to get to know them over time, but it's also balancing not becoming super duper open and like, oh my gosh, this is my soulmate, this is the one, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this person, like not going all the way to the left with that, and then not being all the way to the right in the sense of like, oh, you know, they ain't shit, they just gonna be like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that middle ground between the two. So I feel heavily the theme for you guys between now and February is balance. You know what I mean? Let's see what else is going on here. Okay. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. That's ironic. You have 44 and then 45. Interesting. But yeah, man, so that's the thing that I'm feeling too. With being supportive, I don't necessarily feel that it's like, I mean, if you're in a relationship, by all means, yes. But I feel that kind of speaks to that energy that I was talking about. It's like not being too open, but then not being too closed off. You know what I mean? It's like engage. Actually put some sense of, you know, don't treat the person like, you know, like you really don't give a shit about anything. But that's what I'm saying. It really feels heavily to like balance to me. And I feel also that it's important for you guys to keep in mind ideally what you want in a partnership, and trusting spirit in the sense of really paying attention to your intuition with this. Like I'm feeling like in the heart and the center of your reading, what's of utmost importance is a need to stay grounded. And it's making me think about a quote that I wrote before. If a man sweeps you off your feet, you're no longer grounded. I almost posted that today. But that's what this is making me think about. It's the simple fact that there's a need to stay in reality, because this has been a huge theme that's been coming up about this whole oxytocin chemistry, sweep you off your feet type of stuff when new people come into your life. But the main thing that I'm feeling is here, you need to stay grounded in what it is that you set out to do in the first place, your vision for yourself and your life, all of that stuff that you had prior to this whole love thing going on, right? There's a need to stay connected with spirit so that you can hear your intuition, so that you're not caught off guard with like being swooped away by all of these emotions. But at the same time, it's like this is really teaching you guys the art of balance. It's like, because balance is doing all of these things simultaneously. It's making yourself, and I said this in another person's reading too. It might have been Aries reading. I think this was Aries reading that I said this in. Because I was saying something about, it was like the seven of wands or something like that that came up. And I was saying that it's like, or was it Libra? I can't remember, y'all. All these readings are running into each other. But I said something along the lines of, it might have, no, I don't think it was Libra. I think it really was Aries. But I was talking about like the art of balance in the sense of like, no, I think that was Libra. Don't listen to me, whatever, whoever it was. But I talked about standing your ground, right? But also not overstepping another person's boundaries, right? That's the art of balance. It's the fact that, like, and I said that too. I was like, in order for me to be right, I don't need to make other people wrong in order for me to be right. Like, that's neither here nor there for me. It's like, I believe that I can be right and another person could be right. Because we have two different perceptions and two different lives and two different, you know what I'm saying? Like ethos, schools of thought, whatever. It's like, I don't need you to be wrong in order for me to be right. Like that's like, if I feel I'm right about something, I'm right. You know what I'm saying? There's no need for another person's validity. But I'm meaning that in the sense of like a belief system type of thing. You know what I mean? But it's learning how to not back down from what you're standing for just because there's another person. You know what I'm saying? And that happens a lot of times in dynamics with relationships. And more often than not, it's like sometimes women are on the receiving end of that because that's just how we're conditioned. You know, the whole Cinderella complex thing where it's like, oh, big, strong man. It's like, suddenly all of my thoughts, feelings, and emotions about things no longer matter because there's a guy that's here. Like, yeah, we're not doing that. So it's standing your ground on what you believe to be true, what you believe to be right, what your life plans were. And it's not altering the course of your life for the benefit of another person is the main thing that I'm saying. But what I was saying in that other reading was learning the art of standing up for yourself, but not, you know, crossing someone else's boundaries and diminishing someone else. And I say it's like it's an art because it's a lot of things that you're keeping. It's like the temperance card in so many words. It's a balance, but it's almost like it's art because it's so many things that are being balanced at once. It's maintaining the connection to spirit and making sure you're staying grounded and staying in connection with yourself, right? Making sure you're keeping your thought space in check so you're not, you know, being extremely like defensive and hostile on one side, but then you're not being extremely open. So it's a need to stay present is the simplest way that I can put it, because you cannot balance all of these things if you're not present. You see what I mean? It's like if you're dwelling on the past or fearing the future, you can't be present to be cognizant of all of these things going on around you. So it's more or less a need to be present to keep yourself in a state of checks and balances, right? So you notice when your thoughts are trailing off to the negative, paying attention to what this person is saying, where you see, okay, you stepping over my boundaries a little bit, or if you see that you're getting a little too giddy, you know what I'm saying? You went on one date with a person and you're sitting up here making plans for the future and whatnot. It's like, hold on, fold up, boo. We gotta reel it on back, come back to the present right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the vibe that I'm getting. You guys learning the art of balance this month in your romantic relationships. Spend some quality time together. It's imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. So I do feel a sense of a little bit of fear here. For those of you who are dating someone, you may be, that's fucking weird. That's crazy. How the hell? Now, I know y'all saw me shuffling these cards. Each of these cards are in a freaking row, yo. It's 44, 45, and 46. That's insane. That's weird. What are the odds of that? I'm sorry. It's weirding me out. All these cards in the deck, and these are all the cards that are in sequence with each other. That's freaking nuts. And I don't know if there's any significance to anybody, but that, like, if you added all of these up, that's 8, 9, and 10. You know what I'm saying? 10 reduces to 1, so there's like a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? So what this really would be saying to me, dude, if this isn't a new love relationship, I feel for other people, this would be almost like a second chance on a past love relationship. Like, say, but you know, we talking about anti-abuse and all this other kind of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? But I feel this could pan out in two different ways. This is either a new person that's coming in, so it's you getting a second chance at approaching a relationship, and not, like, I'm saying a second chance in the sense of giving you an opportunity to apply what it is that you learned up to this point. So it's like all the lessons and stuff that you learned is like a person coming into your life, and now you can almost practice what it is that you've been learning in reference to yourself. So if you've been growing in a sense of self-love and, you know, stuff like that, focusing on yourself, going to therapy and, you know what I'm saying, doing your little woo-woo thing, your little yoga, whatever the case may be, it's like you getting an opportunity to put all of this self-love into action, to take your time and get to know a person, not to rush into it, not to move too quickly. And those of you who've been single for a while who may have given up on love, it's like an opportunity to do the same. But I feel with the people who may have given up on love, this is more or less giving you guys a chance to see the impossible made possible. You know what I'm saying? But this is more or less telling you to get to know the person, but don't hold back. You know what I mean? And I don't know why, but I feel that kind of like for Gemini dudes, you know, like if you meet a new person, it's like not being pessimistic, like, oh yeah, this is going to go the way of the dodo. But I mean, for Gemini women too, it's just like taking your time and getting to know the person and allow yourself to open up to the possibilities of this being something. It's like, don't go into it with a negative mentality, whether you're a man or a woman, and feeling like, oh, you know, this ain't gonna be about nothing. And then for others of you, I feel that this could be like a second chance with a person, but like I said, it wouldn't be like no ex where it's like, you know, some bullshit or something like that. But I feel that this would be an opportunity to kind of renew this situation. But I feel like for that, there's more. You really gonna need to listen to your intuition with that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel you'll be fine if you take your time. You know what I mean? But for most of you, I feel like this is a new person. But, and I mean, unless you're like married, you know what I mean? And this would kind of be like a renewal of the marriage or whatever, to where it would feel new again. But just be careful with, you know, the little past people and things. I would be a little careful about that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I want to pull 3 cards for these last 3. But I mean, Gemini, for you, this looks pretty good. I'm very happy about this. My energy does not feel drained doing this. It doesn't. Like I feel like I do when I do the regular readings. So I'm thankful for that, Gemini. Okay. How many freaking cards is that? Is it 3? No, it's 4. What's up with y'all with 4s? The hell? We have the 8 of Wands in the reverse. We have the Sun card in the reverse. We have the 10 of Cups. And we have the 7 of Swords. Oh, Lord. Why, Lord Jesus? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so what this looks like to me, Gemini, and I'm looking at this more for those of you with the person with the past thing. With the 8 of Wands in the reverse, of course, that's blocked communication. Something, you know, fizzled out, burned out. With the 10 of Cups here, next to the 7 of Swords, I feel that you reached out to this person and there was no hello back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this person kind of ghosted you or blocked you. That caused everything to, you know, of course, fizzle out. you know, you reached out to this person and they didn't reach back, you know, so they kind of left you out in the cold. Then we have the 9 of Wands in the reverse. Ooh, lordy. I think that, yeah, for those of you, what is with my screensaver? Let me find out for you, B. Hold on a second. Because seeing that 9 of Wands in the reverse underneath this 8 of Wands in reverse, to me, it's like I'm a little concerned about that. Because it's like coming into the present, your defenses are kind of down. Meaning that this may have transpired some time ago. And you know how when you're pissed off at somebody and you're not, you know, usually a person who holds a grudge and like you stay actively pissed off. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you kind of just, you're pissed, you're hurt, but time passes, and not necessarily that you forgot what the person did, but it's like the intensity of the emotions just isn't as much. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like right now your guard is kind of down. So that's why I kind of want to play this out a little bit more, because what that would feel like to me is like if this person, like they ghosted you and it's been some time, if they came back like poof, pow, surprise out of nowhere, it would catch you kind of off guard and your defenses are down. You know what I'm saying? So let me just see how this is going to play out right quick before I end this reading. I was doing so well. I always want to be pulling buku cards and stuff like that. We end up being here for 30 minutes. I'm trying to keep these down, man. These daddies are so long. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so we have the Lovers in the reverse. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So, yeah, I feel that this person, yeah, those of you, if this is an ex, I'm specifically talking about that. I'm not talking about all Geminis here. This is just those Geminis where I felt that energy of somebody potentially coming back. I feel everything that I said before with these Geminis with somebody from the past coming back, you legit need to stand firm on what it is that you know about this person, why you decided to let this person go and move forward. And you need to stay fixated on what it is you were going in the direction of, because this looks like a dark distraction to me. I feel like this person is still, whatever person, like when they stopped talking to you or blocked you, ghosted you, stopped talking to you, whatever the case may be, I feel like there's someone else they were dealing with that they went back to. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, either they need some more narcissistic supply because this person then fizzled out, or if that's not the case, it's just that situation with this person did not reach out. I mean, it didn't work out. So I feel where you kind of need to be cognizant here is I feel like your defenses are down because you've literally moved on with your life. I'm not going to lie. I feel like you've moved on. And I feel like this person will kind of catch you, you know, and hit you with the okie doke, like catch you off guard, because I feel like this person would come back, but you legit were not expecting this, not even a little bit. So it'll be one of those things where you get a text, you get a phone call, and you like, oh, or you see him somewhere and you like, ooh, you know? So you're literally not prepared. But I feel they're gonna come back. It's a couple of things. First of all, they got somebody that's in the wings somewhere. I feel like they're gonna come back seeming like they're telling you the truth, but they got, you know, some stuff that they're not being 100% forthright about. But I don't know. I feel like the connection you have with this person could end up having you fall for the okie doke in so many words. Like, meaning, I feel like this would end up turning into something where you end up getting caught up in just like, you know, sleeping with a person or something. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like they would come back on false pretenses. They wouldn't necessarily they wouldn't be telling you the whole truth. And then we have the 7 of Cups. Yeah. Yeah, dog. This feels a lot like future faking to me. Is this, y'all, I done so many readings. I just did Scorpio and I can't even remember what I said, but I feel like I said this similar in theirs. I don't think that this is a and I think with these fours too, if you don't have any special connection to fours, the thing that I would feel with this is saying to me that you're being divinely protected on some stuff. So those of you where they have a person coming back from the past, be leery of them, because I feel like the whole thing is here. This has transpired some time ago. It doesn't have to be years, but I just feel like you're not at a place to where you're hurt, but I don't feel like you're actively hurt or angry. I legit feel like y'all have moved on. But I feel this person is going to catch you off guard, though. And I feel that's going to be the thing. Because if this would have been some time ago, you probably would have snapped on them. But it's like they're coming back at a time where you're feeling good. And, you know, they're not telling you that, you know, there's somebody else over here that they may not be talking to at present. But they're going to seem very sincere, like they're telling the truth. And I feel like there's a level of future faking that's going to come back here. So it's going to seem as if this person is coming back like, oh, you know, let's work on it, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. But they're not telling you about this person that's over here, back there somewhere. And I really feel like I said this is Scorpio. So if y'all are dealing with a Scorpio, y'all might want to check that out. But I'm not 100% sure because all these daddies are running into each other. And Gemini, y'all are going to be the last sign that I do tonight. Because, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm just saying, okay? Oh, let me throw the dice of resonance. You guys can ask a yes or no question. But yeah, I would watch for this. I would watch for this. But in the extended, I'm going to play this out a little bit more. And I don't even know why I would even do that. Why, princess? And then I'm going to look at the other person, the new person. I'm going to look at their energy. I might have to find my my little descriptor people cards for y'all's new person. Did you ask a yes or no question? I hope you did. The answer to your question is no. We have Leo, we have Mars or male, and we have Scorpio. We have coworker boss. Let me find out you messing with your boss or your coworker. Lord Jesus. Anywho, the answer to your question is no. We have Leo, we have Scorpio, and male or Mars and coworker boss. We're going to pick some initial cards and some zodiac cards, and I'm going to let y'all go, little Gemini. Whoa. Oh, hell. That's a lot of goddamn cards. Okay. We got X. We have S as in Sam. Y as in Yankee. And P as in Paul. Is it me? Because my name starts with a P. I'm just kidding. It's totally not me. I don't think I've ever dated a Gemini in my life, now that I think about it. I don't really know how that would work. We'd probably talk each other to death. Let's take a gander at the zodiac cards. Okay, can I get one more? If I thank you. All right. So I'm talking about Capricorn, Gemini, and Virgo. Okay. Capricorn, Gemini, and Virgo. That works. Well, Gemini, that has been your reading. Let me know what you think in the comments. I love your freaking face. I'm going over to Vimeo if you're about that life. You can totally follow me over there. But if not, that's totally cool. I'm still going to love your freaking face. And I will see you guys sooner than later. I don't know what's wrong with me. Deuces.